Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
I'm Bob.
I'm Tim.
And this is the Board Game Rundown. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday. Bob saw me queuing up the pop-up intro, and he loves
Well,
every second of it.
you hide like a toddler, right? Where like you're like behind the
Yeah.
curtain, but like your belly or your feet are sticking out. You're like, you'll never
Right.
find me.
I'm like
He's
like
like-
Shaq trying to hide behind a telephone pole, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
You ain't fooling anybody.
No.
But nice try, big guy.
Yep.
I am. It is snowing here in South Bend, Indiana, so
What?
I'm gonna leave up our little
Oh.
snow background for a little bit. Eventually, I expect somebody to say that's too distracting,
It's
and I'll
very
turn
distracting.
I mean,
Well,
they'll only say, listen, they've got other things to complain about.
That's
like
more white on the
timestamps.
screen than there usually is now.
Hey, low bar.
Is it?
I mean, there's a lot of white on the screen
There's a
all
lot
the
of white
time.
on the screen. I'm pretty pale.
So, as most of you can see, we do not have a guest tonight, so we have decided to make it worth your time with
Oh.
games that are also
Oh.
worth their time.
I see what you did there. Well done,
okay.
Mike-ish.
Mm. Dave likes the snow. Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Top of the
Morning.
morning to you.
Other side of the world. Dave, yes, I like snow too, but unfortunately here in Indiana, we get some awesome snow. It sticks around for like 2 or 3 days usually, and then it's slush, and then it gets cold again, and it freezes, and it's
Yeah.
mountains of ice and glass
Nice.
roads.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if it would just stay snow, I would enjoy it too.
Let's just do that.
However, that's just not the case around here.
Yeah, I don't mind snow. I'm not a huge fan of driving in it, even when I've got newer tires and an all-wheel drive vehicle. I still don't love driving in it. And so it can just kind of complicate plans at times. And also somebody that worked at an auto auction for 9 years, when you've got a lot full of hundreds of cars, you also have to clear snow from said cars to move them around, which just slows down everything. So
All I'm hearing is complaining. No.
a little bit.
Listen, I
You
used to
know,
drive a delivery truck, and so yeah, I get it.
Mhm.
I get it.
The other thing that sucks too is people forget how to drive in the snow. Like we get it every year,
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
and then they're
I
like,
know,
"Oh
right?
wait, what do I do?" Ah, and then yeah, disaster.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or let's go 10. You know,
I
it's
know,
like
yeah.
now you're just being more dangerous than you need to be.
Right.
yeah. I mean, I slow down a little
I
bit,
slow
but
down,
there
me
is
too. I slow down, not
there
nearly as
is
aggressive.
there's a
But-
threshold where it's like, okay, you're being an inconvenience to everybody around here,
Yes.
and being way too cautious.
You're about
What's
to
up,
trigger
Sam? Good to
somebody's
see ya.
hey, you're about to trigger somebody's road rage, and then they're gonna end up driving crazy and causing an
No
accident.
doubt.
Yeah,
I got somebody to do that the
Hey,
other day. I was
just a
going
nice-
like maybe
say a nice medium pace. That's what we need.
I got
yeah.
I got bad news real quick while Sam's watching. I got both of his games are too fast to be on my list tonight. Because
Yeah,
the threshold is my games need to be over 2 hours.
2 hours.
And both Button Kingdoms and Outrun the Bear are way faster than that.
I have one that says 60 to 90, but I feel like your 4-player learning game is easily 2.5.
Well, if it's
so
4-player learning game, I can put just about anything on the freaking
No
thing.
shit.
well,
We can get some people in the.
all mine are going
I
to
can
take
add a person.
2 hours.
I know 1 or 2 people we could add that, man, guarantee that game. Like,
Guaranteed.
Flip 7's going to take 2 hours.
Yep. Now, if any of mine are stolen, I do have a couple games that could be like 2 players. You could get it done in 90 minutes. But if you're playing 4 players, it's probably going to last 2 hours. But we'll see how the list goes. And if nothing else, it will be honorable mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I got a couple here that might get out. That's for sure.
Steph, we have a friend of ours that used to live here who moved to North Carolina. Sent us a at like 38 or 34 degrees. And they had a dusting of snow, and they canceled everything. So yeah.
Well, to be fair, when you live in places like that, they don't have the equipment
They don't have the salt
to get the stuff cleared off the
Yeah.
road.
They can
And-
get sand though. They're right near the beach.
The
Wait.
beach.
Like 4 inches can completely shut down some of those places. I remember spending a winter in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm watching 4x4 trucks slide through stop signs because, hey, 4x4 does nothing for your brakes, by the way.
Nope. Sure don't.
So if you slam on
That's why
them,
you need to accelerate.
you will still slide through a stop sign.
Yep.
Misa gonna
Oh.
die.
Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna talk about something random real quick here, as if we aren't already. So I just got a message from my mom. I was you guys probably, if you have Spotify, you got your 2025 Wrapped recently. And I was sharing that in the Discord, and well, as many of you may know that joined us for our top 20 favorite bands, I'm very eclectic, and there's a lot of stuff that didn't make that list because they're not bands, rappers and electronic stuff, and metal and reggae and classic rock. I'm all over the place. Well, this year Ti performed at the Elkhart County Fair, and I was actually really excited for that. I was gonna go, but the weather wasn't ideal. I talked myself out of going. I'm like, I don't want to stand in the rain. No thanks. I'm not doing this. So my mom just messaged me and said, Ludacris will be at the Elkhart County Fair next year.
Luda.
I got to tell you, I saw him at the Firekeepers Casino in Battle Creek, Michigan, and he put on a great show. If he's going to come to the EI, I might just have to go. I love me some
like
Ludacris and some Southern rap. So
he's not gonna watch any bowl games either.
Dave, listen, man.
Spicy.
You gotta draw a line somewhere, man. You gotta draw a line. When you get dicked over, what are you gonna do? You gonna benefit the people that dicked you over, or are you gonna take a stand?
Wow. Dave, also not too soon, and also perfectly acceptable to make fun of the Colts for bringing back Grandpa Philip Rivers to play quarterback.
I enjoyed all of the, like, who are the Jets going to get? Joe Namath? You know, if the Colts are going to get Philip Rivers, they might as well just get Johnny Unitas. You know, if you go back that far.
No, that's true.
I mean, you can bring Dan Marino back. I'd buy a jersey.
Well, Dan
No. I'll buy some isotoners. That's the best I got.
Isotoners.
There you go.
I just remember him always doing the isotoner commercials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a thing.
Hey, you got a running back. You could actually maybe win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. We got some decent receivers, but yeah, we can run the ball. That's
you never had.
Yeah,
you had one. You just wouldn't let him smoke weed. You need to let Ricky Williams smoke weed.
Yeah, that's true. You should have just stuck to. No, never mind. I almost got us canceled there.
Oh,
to the other activities that a lot of professional athletes tend to enjoy.
Right.
Speaking of other activities that people seem to enjoy, what are you guys drinking on tonight?
I've got my 13th Colony rye, Southern rye. I'm working on.
So it's actually a rum and coke, but I have this like dragon fruit rum that's almost cherry tasting, so it kind of makes like a cherry coke. It's really good.
Okay, I'm not a huge rum guy. The sugary taste is a bit much for me. Makes my stomach churn sometimes just smelling it. But I have got some good old Michter's single barrel rye. This is a great pour from Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey yo.
So channel stuff, I guess we could talk about. We're getting close to the end of the year. So now is the time where we are going to start filming our new to you games from 2025. So actually next week, I don't think we've confirmed, but he's never said no. So next week we are going to do our least favorite new to you games from 2025. I can't wait to hear the rants that will.
And we'll have a guest. We will announce the guest once we know. But stay tuned in the Discord.
Okay.
because we got to reach out.
Indeed.
I've been busy
We
with a
do
new
have to reach
gig, but I will make sure I reach out tomorrow.
out. Yeah, that'll be fun. We are also going to be recording our top 20 new to us games from 2025. We're not going to do that live this time. Instead, we're going to pre-record it and we're going to release that. You'll probably start seeing those videos come out, I'd say as early as next week would be my guess. And we have a guest that you all know and love. We're going to have Mike Giuliano from the Full 42 join us for our new to us 2025.
Channel
so
42, the Googs.
Oh boy.
To make the difference between long game worth playing and we're teaching versus games worth playing with people who already know the games. That definitely goes into the planning phase sometimes. If there's certain games that, if I'm going to pre-plan it, I would definitely rather play it with people that already know it, because some of those games are a bear to teach for sure.
Or you build in the time and right? Like, and that's fair. If you have the expectation, because for me, it's all about the expectation. If I don't want to bring in a super heavy game and be surprised, and I'm planning on playing it with everybody who already knows how to play it, and I'm not going to have to teach it. And I'm like, yay, I don't have to teach it. And then, oh, hey, we got another player. And it's like, fudge, because you may have already been at your optimal player count. You also just maybe weren't emotionally prepared to teach, or for somebody else, to teach. But now you've got to be patient while you sit through the teach.
It's got to be like, game starts at 8. If you need a teach or a refresher, show up at 7:30.
Yeah. Please arrive early for your lessons.
Yep.
Yeah, hence that is kind of why we call them appointment games. We tend to schedule them ahead because they're going to take some time to play. There's going to be a lot of setup. And so they've really got to be worth that time commitment and worth scheduling.
So while we're talking about that, then what are your parameters for this list? Since we don't require a lot of setup to get into this list, other than maybe what were your rules for making yours?
Well, I guess mine is at the better player counts, right? So a lot of mine, you want to have 3, maybe 4 players at least, and it's going to be over 2 hours. That's literally, and normally when we say we're playing this game, this is the game we're playing. You might play, something to warm you up, or maybe something at the end if it runs a little bit quicker than expected. But for the most part, this is going to be 90 to 95% of the game night, if not 100.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed a lot of these games I actually haven't played in a while, and probably because they are longer, or once we reviewed them, we moved on to other games that don't take up as much time, which kind of tends to happen when we're always shuffling new stuff to get reviewed. But yeah, all of these are longer games. Tim's the one that said 2 hours and up, and I think that definitely would qualify a game as an appointment game. 90 minutes, I feel like I can play that pretty much any time. But these are the kind of games that are going to run long, that have a bit of setup, maybe have a bit of a teach, and I'm probably going to have to play them like on a weekend where it doesn't matter if we're playing late.
Yes. Yeah,
90 minutes is kind of that threshold where I just feel like I can play anything in that time frame and not have to worry about time. Anything over in that, not so much.
Any more than that, and I've really got to decide, is that what I'm doing today or tonight, or am I going to try to play like 4 games? And that's not a dig on that game. It's just what do I want to do, right? And I think this is something that everybody personally, what everybody should do, and I used to not do it, and I do it more now, and I'm glad I do. Be selfish with what you want to do in a game night. Don't play a game you don't want to play. Don't get drug into a game where you're going to be sitting there for 4 hours if you don't want to sit there for 4 hours playing a game.
You don't play Darwin's Journey again, Tim?
Yeah. Be mindful of like what you want to do, and it's fine. And honestly, it's better for everyone at the table.
Yeah.
If you want to be there, and if you don't, maybe sit out because you're going to make you could affect everybody else's game experience. You're not going to have a good time and then they're not going to have a good time. So it's okay to be selfish. And yeah, Steph, avoid the beagle. You don't follow that thing. You avoid that thing. Beagle's got fleas, man.
What? This is critical to scoring. I don't want to deal with that at all. I'm going to play my own game.
Oh, what? I can't do anything that everybody else is doing, so I might as well try to do something. What's up, Andrew?
I think all I'm hearing is complaining.
That's
seems
true.
to be
That's true.
Nice.
That is
That's
seems
a
to
call
be
back to the
tonight.
green
Yes,
room.
sir. Yes,
topic.
sir. Yes, sir. That is what you are hearing. That is exactly what you're hearing.
Well, guys, I think we could probably jump into this pretty soon. I guess it's worth mentioning if you look down in that corner, we've got our new Patreon set up, and I just put our unedited play of the Beast card game from Pandasaurus Games. That review dropped yesterday, but if you want to see us play it, we've got that over on the Patreon.
You know what else is worth the wait?
Oh.
Anything that you might get from Lawhorn Design.
I would agree.
And it's not you have to wait long because a lot of that stuff is like American made, and so it gets to you quick, fast shipping. So, yeah, Mike, why don't you let the people know about it?
I love Bob coming up with segues.
Yeah.
Get your games noticed with help from Lawhorn Design. Eye-catching backdrops, banners, table covers, signage, and much, much more. All shipped directly to you or your next big show. Fast, reliable rush orders are always available to keep you prepared and professional. Contact Lawhorn Design today for all your creative marketing, branding, website, and event display needs.
Man, not every commercial finishes as strong as that one does. But I mean, there's something about the end of that commercial that is just
I like how they subtly called us cheap.
Yeah,
got a budget.
Got a budget? We're like,
look at this. Who's got a budget? Yeah.
Yeah.
What used camera equipment? All right.
Yeah. Right.
Did you see the comment where somebody thought that I sounded like Dale Gribble?
Yeah.
No, that's Boomhauer.
Oh, sorry.
Dale's
I
the
don't know.
paranoid one with all the conspiracy theories. I'm like,
okay.
I think they've got me and Bob mixed up.
Oh, I got you. Hey, and Tim, just so you know, so you don't continue to point like an idiot, your camera's not mirrored, so you got to point the other way. You're pointing at Mike.
No, on my screen, I'm pointing at you.
Yes, but when it's the wrong way. That's me.
You
point to our Patreon. Point to our Patreon. Nope, other way. Yep.
It's dumb. I don't like it.
Just letting you know.
I don't like it.
You got to do the mirror thing on your camera.
You're a mirror thing.
Oh, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just cranky.
They can't all be bangers. It's your new job stress. That's all.
Hey, you know what? I'm legit loving the new job.
Well, you don't have all the responsibility yet.
Ooh. You know what? I got a lot of responsibility.
Well, I'm just saying, at my old job, I literally had a guy who worked there for a few months who he basically job top. He's like, I love being the new guy. He's like, they don't expect much out of you. You go in, you kind of, you get paid to be trained, and you do things for a few months, then you move on and go somewhere else. So,
well, I don't feel that way. I'm dying to get out of the training and start. Because I know we've got some projects that we're spearheading, and I'm really excited about them. But I can't do much with it until I get through the training. So
what project you won't be spearheading is a new data center in New Carlisle, because that shit just got voted down. So that's kind of good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's all right.
We got politics.
We got all the other stuff.
I know, but they're trying to redistrict some areas in New Carlisle to put another data center in there, and a bunch of people showed up at the town hall and whatnot, and they got voted down today. So,
okay.
There you go.
I mean, it'll go
All right,
up
folks.
somewhere.
What's that?
It'll go up somewhere, just not
I'm
New
sure it will.
Carlisle.
They'll find somebody willing to take their bribes. Campaign
it'll
donations.
just go into LaPorte or Rolling Prairie or something else.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Game total player. What is this?
It's a thing.
No. That means you probably won't have as many people show up to the next one. That's what that means.
Dude, that's counted as like a Shanghai game.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I like to ask who else is playing.
Yeah.
Dude. That's why
Spencer still reviewing games with us?
That's why I ask now. Oh, would you like this demo? Is it a full demo? Like, am I playing the whole game, or am I just
Am I playing the whole game, or am I? We're gonna play the whole game, but we're not gonna do any end game scoring. I was playing some Magic last night, and it was like three or four times in about 30 minutes. I asked whose turn is it, and it was the same dude's turn every single time. Like, dude, just
yeah. No. Hey, you see Devin in the chat? What up, Devin?
What's up?
Devin, thank you for the shout out, dude. We need to have you back on again sometime.
Yeah, right.
That is a man of many talents there, and he's got his fingers in a lot of pies. If you're not paying attention to Devin, you should be.
Wow, that's kind of awkward though. Like, keep your hands out of my pie, preferably.
Listen, bro, you got pie, man. Fingers are gonna go in it.
Well, I mean, at least scoop it onto your own plate. Then you can finger your pie all you want.
We didn't get that far down the road, man.
How do you not like pie? Like no pie at all? Like you like anti-pie?
Devin is with you on this.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never.
I think you haven't found the right pie yet. There's a pie for everybody.
Like pie, I've never had pie.
You never had like a chocolate mousse pie? Do you like chocolate pudding?
Who doesn't?
Okay, well, it's basically chocolate pudding with like whipped cream on top.
Chocolate cream pie.
And graham cracker crust. All right, so there's pie for everyone. You just got to keep looking.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think last I checked, we do have a topic.
What?
And we did do our segue.
We did.
And so that means, I guess we should start with Bob's number 5.
Sometimes I think Mike just sits and waits just to see how long we'll hold the pose. Like,
how long we'll hold it.
I'm increasing the delay for sure. Called out as a crazy pie hater, and I would love to hear answers for this question.
I can
not
tell
on my
you
list.
It will not be on my list tonight. I can tell you that. It is.
Nope.
For me, it is not worth the time.
It was too much time. If I could play it in 2 hours, okay. But
yeah,
the amount of time it took us to play.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Never again.
And I have not played. I was promised a spot, and then something happened. I still don't really know what happened.
Oh, well, I think you're playing Marrakesh with some friends, and
that game somehow took longer to end than it did for us to get our shit going.
Yep. But anyways,
totally different.
Then I was like, man, I wish I was Mike and missed my opportunity to play this game.
I'm just gonna continue to be the guy that hasn't played it because you guys won't want to play it again.
And Devin, I 100 agree with your statement. I think the dudes that make that game are great dudes, and the game's too long. And you're not distracted, man. That's what the show's about.
That's what it's for. That's right. You come for the list, you stay for the chat.
That's right.
And while the whiskey might be optional, attendance is mandatory.
Yeah, Devin understood the assignment. He showed up.
He showed up.
Yeah, responding to the chat is kind of par for the course. And I think we're just for fun, we're going to go for our first ever double segue because we're going back to Bob for number 5.
So, anyways, about pie. So number 5, this one. So normally, just a couple different ways I wanted to lead into this. I typically steer clear of super heavy games that are way asymmetrical, right? Because everybody kind of has to like know their role and trying to like micromanage people to make sure they're doing things correctly, even though it plays completely differently than somebody else. Like it can be a lot. But I played Hegemony, and I think they did a fantastic job with this game. Like, yes, each role plays differently. You have different victory conditions and whatnot, but the sheets that they gave for each player to have, and yeah, like Root's a bit too much asymmetrical. That's what I was kind of referencing there, Devin. But Hegemony is similar enough with the mechanisms, but yet different enough with like the way each player plays. I just think it's super unique. You never think that a game about economics, could be interesting like that, but it really is. And I think that this is definitely, worth the time investment that you put into it. The interaction that you have with people, the decisions that you have to make, and like I said, it comes with like these big like folded over booklets of information on like how to play, your class, how to play. And how to win and whatnot, and tips and tricks, and it did a really good job putting this one together.
Man, I was really sad I missed this because I love these kind of economic games, and I still haven't played this one today. But everybody really, really hyped this one up, and it got me to back New World Order, the second game from Hegemonic project. So I can't wait to get that one. I think it's going to fulfill early next year.
Nice.
But yeah, this one, this is one I've got to play sometime.
Yeah,
I'm in for the theme, man. I haven't played it either, but yeah.
Yeah, and this is one that I don't actually own, which normally, like, for a lot of these games, like, I kind of look at my collection and I pick ones off. But, like, this game, I knew I had played it before, and I really enjoyed it. And I knew it was, it was an appointment game when we talked about when we set it up. And we all had a really good time with it, and I'd like to do it again. I have to pick myself up a copy if I can find one.
Yeah.
Maybe trade for it.
Yeah. Since the person we know that has it doesn't talk to us anymore.
It is, yeah. True.
True story.
Yeah, it is a mouthful. Hegemonic project.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
It doesn't, but it does roll off the backs of the working class. I don't know.
True story.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, lead us into your number 5, Tim.
No problem. So my number 5, I went with one that you guys haven't played yet, but I would be shocked if you don't like this game. It is, and I haven't played a ton of his games, but it is my favorite Lacerda, and I am talking about Speakeasy. This game is really fun. The theme is awesome. Of course, it's Ian O'Toole art, so it's beautiful. It just, for me, Speakeasy comes together really well. The theme does not feel pasted on. The vibe is there. And yeah, I mean, you're just basically playing as mobsters and you're bootlegging, you're running, booze to your different bars and, your criminal empire and everything. The game is long because it's a Lacerda, but
yeah,
I will say that I played this with players that I would probably not play it with if I didn't have to because of the nature of how they like to take their turns and everything. And I still came out of this game just absolutely in love and really enjoyed it. So
yeah, I was bummed I missed this when we covered it.
Yeah,
but I backed it anyway, so I do have a copy.
Yeah, you're not going to regret it, man. So we'll get it played because we'll need to do a review of the final version. But
twist my arm.
Yeah, I was a big fan of this game. So
nice.
Yeah, it's a long one, Devin. This is another one I missed too. I did not get to review this one. But yeah, Ian O'Toole, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Well,
One
one
of
of them. He's not personally my favorite, but
Anything
he's
about
many
goats, they tend to
people's.
travel in packs.
That's
Okay.
true.
Herd.
Herds. Sure.
Um,
They do. They're a herd. I heard that.
all
Herd
right,
that.
so we're just gonna go ahead and get our obligatory reference right out of the way here. Because when I want to play a crunchy Euro that's got good player interaction and lots of great mechanics that meld together well, I want to play Stefan Feld's Bora Bora.
Or a Bora.
There was a
Boom.
time there was a
Haven't played
time
it.
when we first started doing our Whiskey Wednesday where I made it almost intentional to mention this game every single week, somehow, some way.
Every glory of
Um,
time.
but you know what? Being that this is the end of the year and I start re-ranking my games for my top 100, this game is still in my top 20, and it's because this is one of my favorite Euros of all time. So this
Sweet.
game, it's now been re-themed and reprinted as Cuzco, by the way. You could probably find secondhand copies a lot cheaper than you could before Cuzco got released. Um, but basically, this is a dice-driven action selection game. So you're going to place one of your dice on one of these different actions here. And one of the key mechanics that I really like is that whatever die you place out there, no die can then be played that is equal to or higher. So blocking is really a thing. If you drop a 1 on an action space, uh, nobody else can use it unless they've got one of these clever little god cards that's sitting over on the side here. But you have to have an offering. So this is one of the resources you have to collect. Your god cards are kind of special powers, but you have to make an offering to the gods to use their ability. And then you could later place the 3 on this tile here. But you're doing things like this looks like such a busy player board, which it does look like it, but really it's just all iconography in what is basically a 100% language independent game, which is nice. But you are going out into you're taking your huts and you're putting them out into the islands here of Bora Bora. The most recent hut out there gets a scoring at the end of the game for having control of those areas, but you're also recruiting men and women that do different special actions for you, and you have to make room for them. Well, you could actually clear off this entire board and have that many different special actions to choose from after the dice selection phase. It's of course got tracks, which are great. It's got set collecting with these kind of jewelry that you're able to buy at the end of the round. It just meshes a lot of mechanics really well. It's a really pretty game for what is an older Euro strategy game. And I just still absolutely adore this game. It's got a lot to set up, and it is a bit fiddly because there's in round setup you have to do. So you got to replenish all of these tiles that are out each round. So it's definitely a game that I'm going to schedule in advance. But Bora Bora is still a classic game for me.
Will you go back and click on the new version of it so I can
Right
see what
on.
it looks like?
Yeah, Cuzco. Let's see. And so that is this one, of course, published by Queen. So it's still got kind of these sort of islands out
Yeah,
here on
it's
your main
uglier, it looks
board.
like.
I want to see, yeah,
Why do people do that? Why do they remake a game and take the art and make it worse?
That's what I thought. Like I thought Bora Bora is a great theme. It's got beautiful art, and there's
Yeah,
just
like I mean, like
nothing.
the okay. Let's be fair. The what is it? Ravensburger box art is Ravensburger.
Yeah, not
But
great.
the in-game art looked nice. Now this
Yeah.
box looks nicer, but the components look not as nice.
You've got,
That
of
looks
course,
nice.
their collection version, but that's the
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would 100% agree with that in that the box art, not great, but the in-game art is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, very colorful. One of his best looking older games for sure.
Yeah. Cool beans.
Hey, thanks, Devin, again for showing up, man.
Good to see you, buddy. We got to get you back
stopping in
soon.
and saying hey.
Guy.
We do.
All right. Back to Bob for number 4.
My number 4. We actually just made an appointment to play this game a couple of months ago. Super thematic. My Father's Work. This game can run a bit long, but I really enjoy the worker placement aspects and the way everything kind of like pans out. The story that it tells from generation to generation. The fact that it literally has a creepy meter, and the more creepy stuff you do, the creepier you get. If you get too creepy, you can't go back into town unless you're going to church to try to convince people that I'm not really that creepy. Come on, guys. Just hang out in the cemetery all the time.
Don't make it weird, bro.
But yeah, no, I really enjoy this one. You know, building up your little manor there with the different like worker placements and whatnot, and then the map changing from generation to generation depending on how you guys do with like the kind of public objectives that hit you each time. Yep, yeah. The components are fantastic. Yeah, this is a great game that you should make an appointment to play because I think it's definitely worth the time.
The components are so freaking nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured Bob was going to use this one because we played it at Halloween. So I kind of kept it as an honorable. I thoroughly enjoyed my play of this. Yeah, and I don't typically get like super heavy into the narrative type games, but the narrative drives what you're doing. There's at least chances to like make a decision that alter the game as you're playing it, which is really, really interesting. And then, you know, that can make you flip to a totally different binder of worker placement spots because you destroyed a building or didn't save a different building. So yeah, that decision in this game is really, really clever. There we go. Finally a binder.
There you go. Biggest downside in this, so you know, you're using the app, which is fine. I really don't mind using an app. I put it up on the TV so everybody can see what's going on. But you'll be going through, and like there'll be large segments that are narrated, and then you'll kind of click next, and there'll be like this other huge paragraph, and then it's not narrated. And it's like, why'd you only narrate like, you know, 2/3 or half this friggin' story when you can just keep reading,
get the whole thing narrated.
I remember when we played this for the first time, the game was still relatively new, and we thought it was because the app was new. But no, maybe they added some more dialogue, but there's still like half of the dialogue is like you got to read it out loud.
Yeah,
it's a very odd choice. Yeah, great game. I find it ironic that anytime Tim sits down to play this, his creepy meter starts at max before he does anything.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Starts at max. Listen, you got to live on the max.
Huggable little, I would say huggable little creep, but he's a huggable weirdo. Although creep is one of Tim's favorite karaoke songs.
It is actually.
I know.
It is. Yeah, no lies there. This reminds me though, real quick, Mike or Bob, either one of you.
Yeah,
got Netflix. The Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein is really good.
Okay.
Really good on Netflix right now.
Okay.
Really solid. I just finished it the other day and I was like, hell yeah. So really good. Okay. My number 4 is a game that I got Bob to play finally, and I think Bob actually really liked it, even though he didn't love it when we demoed it. But An Age Contrived is a really, really, really unique, badass game. with the magnetic buildings that you're assembling as you're going through, as you're like moving your avatar through this map, because you're trying to like regain the power, right, for your deity or whatever that you are. And it's got this really cool like action selection, and then you place these tiles, and they're these great azul sized tiles, that look really good, really chunky, and you're assigning them to different locations, and activating them, and activating them for their different abilities. There's so many things you can do. There's so many choices. There's a lot of different ways you can score points with these tiles. The game is just an absolute beauty, and but there's a teach to it, right? You got to take some time to teach it, because there's a lot going on, and it all makes sense once you understand what's going on. But it's going to take you a turn or two to like really get the idea. Like, oh yeah, I place this now, and I get something, and then I'm gonna do what that tile is when I pull it back. So it's sort of keeping some of those things straight, right? But man, the game is worth it. It's worth the effort, and it's beautiful on the table. Absolutely love this game. It's a longer game, but again, man, like, in for a penny, in for a pound. The juice was worth the squeeze for me.
When we played this demo at one of the conventions, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what I was doing. I didn't really care for it. But once we sat down and actually played through the full game, and I started to see how the pieces work together, and the actions you take, and the like upgrading of your like little tiles and whatnot works, and like I did really start to enjoy this game. So yeah, it might take you a bit. You might even be like, because some of the Laceradas I play, like we'll play through like a turn or two, and then be like, okay, like we've had this game on the table for like 90 minutes. We've gotten 2 turns done. Let's just wrap it up, put it away. We'll pull it out again in a week.
Melted. Yeah.
Yep. And then we'll readdress this, and then you'll be like, okay, now we're having fun. So
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, especially if you don't have anybody to actually like teach you, the ins and outs like as you're going. So sometimes it takes that to kind of get into it, and if that, if it works for you, have at it.
Ooh, yeah, there's nobody here that will be. Spoiler on that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played any, actually.
I don't think I've played 18XX.
I would. My old group used to play them,
but movies. He hasn't played those games.
Yeah.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah.
My old game group used to play those all the time, but that was like before I felt like I was ready for them.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to you, Mike, it's probably before most people are ready for them. That's a thing, man.
Yeah, that is a thing. You're not wrong. Okay. Here's where I had to sort of narrow things down here a little bit. I think we got to get an Epic Dudes on a Map game on this list here. At least I do. Somebody needs to.
Oh, I got some.
So I'm gonna go full circle all the way back to the beginning. The first game I played with the Rundown crew, and I am talking about Lords of Hellas. Yeah, this game is truly amazing. I really enjoy how you're working towards multiple different victory conditions at the same time. You could try to build up one of these statues to its max height and win that way, or you could win by controlling enough territories. Or you could win by trying to destroy these monsters that are out here. But it's interesting because multiple people can be attacking these monsters, and truly it's whoever does the final blow on the monster that receives the credit for it. But I just love how this is kind of one of those hybrid games of inducing those more Euro mechanics into a game that looks like, just a simple territory control game, but really you've just got a whole lot of different mechanics mashed together, doing a bunch at once. And I just love how you're working towards so many different victory conditions. A lot of times you got okay, well, if I can't hit the monster on this turn, then I might be able to control this territory for the win. Shoot, somebody took that territory from me. So, all right, let me try to expand over here, and then maybe I'll be able to attack this monster. I love that multi in-game condition that this offers.
I think those statues you build are freaking awesome. How you kind of piece them together. The
Oh, they're
bigger and
incredible.
taller you build it, the more powerful effect it provides. That's just super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the table presence on this game is, I mean, elite tier, really.
Yeah.
It really is next level, man.
And it's crazy to think they did all that without AI art.
Yeah, that's an accurate
real art,
there.
real art back then.
Yep.
Just
there you go.
Absolutely epic.
Hell yeah.
Such an epic game. Really good. Worth the time commitment.
No argument here.
Andrew over here calling a shot, saying Tim is going to pick Cthulhu Wars.
I don't know which boxes he's talking about. I've used, there's some of the expansions I haven't used, but like anything with like, most of those are just like the maps, like some of the other maps.
Gotcha.
Todd here says that he sold Lords of Hellas and his group didn't like it.
Right on, Tom. That's all right.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean, not every game is for everybody.
You didn't like it, or your friends didn't like it, and so you weren't going to be able to get it played. I mean, either one's valid.
Legit reasons for getting rid of it. But I will say that I don't care for the fact that you have to do the killing blow in order to get the credit for,
Oh, sure. The beast.
That's one of the things I liked about Kuhn's game that we played. That
Shadows of Heroes and
because as you start doing, as you continue to fight those bosses, you are getting stuff. Even if you don't do the killing blow, you still get some stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think also though, Lords of Hellas now. I mean, how old's that game? 7 years old.
Yeah, a while. Maybe not quite that old, like 5 to 6.
I mean, it came out before 2020.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, because the well was still open.
Right. Yeah. So I think also maybe we've gotten to a point where those games maybe have evolved a little bit past that, right? So maybe people didn't really register that as like a flaw.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, some people like it's it's kind of like the winner take all thing. It's like that's fine, but like I like second place get your money back type of thing too. Though.
Sure.
Interestingly enough, that play of that game, I ended up requesting it because Lords of Ragnarok was on Game Fountain at the time, and I wanted to back it. I did. And then all the reviews came out and said it was not nearly as good as Lords of Hellas. Unfortunately, I have not played it to determine if that's true or not.
We still don't know.
Yeah, still don't know.
Still up for trade on his BGG. If you're interested, let him know.
Yeah, mine is for trade on BGG. Absolutely. I know. Right. I didn't even take it out of the shipping box. I'm a sinner.
I've got games like that.
Oh, come on.
Makes it easier to trade them and get rid
easier
of them.
to
exactly.
It's already prepackaged. It's good to go.
That's right. Tape it and ship it. Done deal. All right. I guess we're back to Bob for number 3.
So speaking of dudes on the map ish, I love me some World War II games. So War Room had to make my list. Larry Harris makes some fantastic games. He described War Room as his opus, right? And he did a fantastic job. Like, there's just so much cool stuff in this game, so many cool mechanisms where you have your stacks of your armies. You have stacking limits because you can only have armies that are so big. The more diverse your army is, whether you have like infantry, troops, tanks, and whatnot in there, you get different bonuses. You put a flag on top with a number on it. So say it's like the 82nd Airborne or, the whatever designation it might have. Each space on that map has a coordinate on it, like you can see P3, P4, or A1, A2, A3 for Asia. And so you have a dry erase board, depending on what country you are. You're going to have anywhere from 3 to 9 orders that you can issue per round. You're going to write down the calling card of the army you want to move, and you're going to write down the coordinate you want them to move to. You will then bid oil, and the more oil you bid, then the more likely. Yeah, that's a great picture right there. The more oil you bid, the more likely you are to go first. Because once everybody's done, you reveal your bids. And that's going to be your turn order. And then what is really neat about this is, so say you're worried about somebody taking their troops and moving them into a spot to maybe take over a capital city or something like that. You can move in and pin them down. Because when they try to move out, they have to leave troops behind that are equal to the number of troops that you have in there. So they have a stack like this, and you move some in. Well, they got to leave that many back, and they can only split off a few of them and move them out of there. And that is a really cool mechanism. Huh?
Splitter.
Yes. But they have like, cool boats and whatnot, aircraft carriers, cruisers, submarines, things like that. And then as your units are taking hit, they'll go to this casualty board. And then you have morale, and you have to like buy these goods to keep morale up, because if you don't, you're going to start losing money and resources and things like that. And as you lose different territories, they have like a territory card. There's a card for every territory, and they have these cool like holders. And so you have all them. It's got a good breakdown of what everything gives you. But then as they become contested, you flip them over, and it will reduce the resources that you get for them. And if somebody takes it, you just give them the card so they have it. There's a nice picture of the orders that you give, and then you'll use the military production to produce a bunch of stuff. And it's just fantastic. It's so in depth. There's so much going on. There's like railroads and whatnot, and you can move troops. If there's railroads there, you can move them as far as a railroad will let you go. Hello. But then you can do bombing runs, and you can either bomb railroads so that will stop them from moving troops into battle so quickly. You can bomb the complexes that are building troops and try to kill those before they get deployed. Like, there's just so much you can do, and there's some quick combat rules, and then the normal combat rules that were in the first edition. Larry Harris has made a bunch of World War II games, and he always puts out these like battle cards or these like battle boards, and I've never used them. I never needed to, but in the first edition of the combat rules for this, he did a really interesting thing where it's like, okay, I have infantry. I can choose to put them on the offense or the defense. And then depending on what I put them on, they either take, I roll more dice for offensive, or I'm rolling, or they take more hits to kill when they're on defense. And then the same thing with like your tanks and your artilleries and things like that. And so the combats could take a lot longer. And then when the second edition came out, they did a quicker combat rules where you don't have that, those choices anymore. So it kind of speeds up the combat quite a bit. I enjoy that longer combat because I like to do that kind of like, okay, I'm going to put some of these on offense to get extra dice. I'm going to put some of them on defense so I stick around to protect our planes and tanks as well. And, but yeah, there's just so much going on in this game. It's totally worth it. There's been so many times where I've just had those, the stand up cheering, dice chucking, types of combats. And, it's awesome.
Dude, they feel good. They feel good when when games go that way. So.
He made a new game using the same system, and it's I'm gonna draw a blank on the name of it now.
Was it Imperial
Borders? And it's all about the treaties that were signed in Europe about where all the borders were going to be and whatnot. And you're using gold instead of oil and everything like that because it's set in a different time. And I really want to get my hands on that and give it a shot. But, man, it's pricey. Like this one. This one's pricey. It's hard to get. That board is huge. Like, I have to play it, like, on my hot tub in order to get the whole thing laid out because it's so big.
Yeah, and then you just have ocean battles the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you can just take different pieces of the board and play different scenarios. What's that?
What are your feelings towards them using the choice and using the flat Earth map?
Well, it's not a real good representation of the flat Earth because we all know there's an ice wall that kind of goes all the way around there, and that's just
that's that white border there, isn't it? Isn't that what that is?
Is that what that is? The ice wall? Okay.
Yeah, right there. See,
there it is. There it is.
Yep.
I had never noticed it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mike's always making it about white borders. I don't know.
Wow. You can't occupy Antarctica.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Many have tried. Let's just let the since the horse is out of the barn, why don't we just make my number 3 Cthulhu Wars? I think it's got to be. I want to do that at a. I
medium
can
pace.
play. I can play Cthulhu Wars faster with the right people and the right setup.
Factions. Yeah.
But if we're gonna play like a 5 to 6 player or more game of Cthulhu Wars, you're definitely going over 2 hours. This game's great. It's got everything I want. It's got asymmetric factions, but it's easy to teach because the asymmetry is really just like each faction kind of breaks a rule and does it in their own way. Yeah, there you go, Andrew. That's right, man. Nothing wrong with that. Own it. Own it. It's no secret this is one of my all-time favorite games if you've watched the show before, but I think it's great. And again, the important thing about this list and the games on this list is that they are worth the time. They are worth the effort and the time you put in to it. When I know I got a game of Cthulhu Wars coming, man, I'm there early. I'm setting it up. I've got it down, pretty good to where I can do the setup and tear down pretty quick. When Bob's playing, he knows what's up. So, if he's there, he's helping, and it's really moving. But that just means we get to the good stuff even faster. So yeah, man, Cthulhu Wars, no problem. No problem. One of my all-time favorite dudes on a map game. But I do have another one coming.
All right.
Another what? Another Cthulhu Wars box?
Yeah. Another Cthulhu
Wars
it's
still
box
coming in.
I wish.
10 years later.
Give me more.
Okay. Well, let's go with another one that hasn't been played in a while. I might just be thieving something off of Tim's list here. He probably
you're pretty safe.
He probably just left this one as an honorable, but let's go with more dudes on the map and talk about heroes of land, air, and sea. Easily my favorite 4X game with the fantasy theme. Lots of asymmetry with the different factions, and it really is true to the 4X genre. All different, all of the 4Xs are viable methods of ending the game. They don't win the game, but they do trigger the end of the game. And this game actually is about scoring the most points. But the way you score points is intuitive. It's things that you should be doing in a 4X style of game. Really enjoy the combat. It's it's a perfect information combat game. So you do know ahead of time if you're going to win the fight. And that's kind of nice because you spend a lot of resources to get these troops built up. And when you move them across the map into enemy territory, it's nice to know that you're not going to lose them. So, hey, I'm okay with multiple different combat styles, but in this game, I think the perfect information works great. All the different asymmetrical factions. There's so many different expansions and different factions you can use. Finally got myself a copy of this game this year. Need to play it again. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. Great 4X game.
Mike, if I would have known you're going to pick this game, I would have picked it
first.
Stealing my thunder.
Let's go. Don't worry, Bob. I'll still win.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Worth it. Worth it.
Yeah. Great game. Great game.
Great game.
Easily, well, actually,
I have that whole thing with painted minis and stuff, and it's still all in the shipping box.
I got a crazy deal.
How'd you get yours painted? Oh, you traded for one that was painted?
Yeah, when your sister picked it up for me, that's what they had, was the one with the painted minis.
Damn. I'll trade you.
Could have been Mike's for the low price of Dwellings of Eldervale.
I'll trade you Mike's Dwellings of Eldervale.
Spoiling my list.
Sorry.
Yeah. This was easily my favorite Scott Alms game for a while. But then I played Beer and Bread last year and really enjoyed that. Great card drafting, 2-player resource management game. Yeah, those 2 games easily the best Scott Alms games for me. All right, we are on to our top 2. Let's go back to Bob.
So I'm not sure if anybody was listening when I said I enjoy games about World War II. I can't help it. I love me some Axis and Allies. And if you have not checked out the, outrageously, ridiculously large, awkwardly sized anniversary edition, you should, because despite the awkward size of the box, the contents are amazing. It is the best version of Axis and Allies I have played to date, and that is not a short list of versions of Axis and Allies.
Stalingrad shows up tomorrow.
Yes, cannot wait. Stay tuned. I will be diving into that, breaking down all the differences. Love that kind of stuff. But no, the anniversary edition, they bring back the text, and they do it in a really good fashion. They allow Italy to be a player, but don't do it. Don't burden somebody with that. Just have somebody else play that one. And it's just a 5-player game. What's that?
Bobbity boobity.
No,
Sorry, I was speaking Italian for a second. My bad.
Oh, well, I
Family
speak
guy,
the
yep.
most Italian. Tim speaks the second most
Italian.
And
which is none.
Mike, you speak third most Italian. So
No, my mustache says otherwise.
Oh, okay. Anyways, it's Axis and Allies to me is just kind of, quintessential World War II game. You have these awesome little miniatures. You have, yes, awesome, Andrew. It comes with those great little chips that helps keep the board clean for your dudes. You can do all different types of strategies. It's got these. The anniversary edition also has these kind of like mini quests. I forget what the name of it are actually called, but it's like, the easiest one for me to remember is Italy wanted to control the Mediterranean. So as long as there's no enemy ships in the Mediterranean, you get like a production bonus. And so the same thing for every country, depending on what you have, as long as you meet a certain condition, you'll get a production bonus for that country. And that is super cool. I think it's a thematic way to kind of like, add a little bit more engine to the game. And talk about, setting the game up early. I talked to Mike into coming over to play. He came over and boom, game was set up, ready to go. It's just, I love this game. I'll play it anytime. I play it digitally. If anybody wants to play me digitally, let me know. I have it on Steam. Not the anniversary edition. It's technically the 1942 version. But it plays really well on there. It's one of those games where you can just, click through, take your turn, hit send. It does it all for you. And then the next player gets a notification. It says, hey, by the way, it's your turn. And when they have time, they can log in, play. It's a good way to kind of like, learn the base rules, and that will really help you to play a lot of the other versions IRL, although some of them are very different. Like Battle of the Bulge is very different. It doesn't play it plays in less than 2 hours, so it wasn't a contender for my list. But it is a very unique Axis and Allies game. They're not all the same. And they do the different theaters, like I'm sure most people know. But the anniversary edition does some really cool stuff, and I think it's a great kind of culmination of all of the versions together. They took like the best things from all of them and made that. So. But I'm excited for Stalingrad. 2 maps, baby. As you move into the Stalingrad, you move to the other map, and it's an enlarged version of the city, and you'll be doing stuff inside there. So that looks super cool.
I am really I am excited to hear about it. So I'm glad we finally got it coming.
Yeah.
All right, man. So my number 2.
Awesome.
My number 2, you can play faster with a lower player count, but if you want to play at like a higher player count and really get to dig into this magnificent game, Inferno is worth the 2 hours. If you're going to play it like 4-player.
If you play max player count, I could see this being a 2-hour game.
I think if you play a 3-player with people that don't have too much AP, you're going to be under that 2-hour mark.
Yeah,
but I think even
like
at
90.
4 players, you're still like, this game is still going to just rock and not overstay its welcome, because I think 2.5 hours is just fine for this game. And it is completely worth it. And it's worth all the effort. Every time. No brainer for me. Inferno, one of my favorite games this year, hands down.
Yep.
Not to spoil any lists, but
yeah, Inferno was great. Like, it won our best art last year, and then this year we actually got to play it, and it's all of us that have had a chance to play it have really enjoyed it, and it's super thematic.
I guess for the uninitiated, right, we should explain a little bit. So in Inferno, really what you're doing is you've got two sides of the board. One is, I believe it's Venice, right? So you've got the city.
Yeah, I think so. The top of it is the city. Yep.
Yeah, and then the bottom 2/3 is hell, and the 7 circles of hell. And so on your turn, you have to choose a soul from the graveyard you're going to ferry over into limbo, that outer ring. And then where you land that soul is going to determine what action your main action is going to be for that turn. And so that's going to tell you what city action you can go to. And there's 2 city actions assigned to basically each symbol.
Yeah, you can kind of see a little icon there.
There's 4 different symbols. And then depending on then what worker you use, you might be able to take an action for free, or maybe you have to pay to take an action. I mean, just awesome stuff. This game is so cool. The vibe is great, and it's very thematic. It's beautiful, awesome components. Whether you're getting this from Grand Gamers Guild or are they the only ones that have US distribution right now?
Yes.
Okay. So, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Bob and I ran around like advocating for this game basically like all spring and summer.
Yep.
So
I need to play it again. I've only played it like 2 or 3 times. I really want to play this one again.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
It's a good one. Really like this one. Yeah, gonna be pretty high on some upcoming lists for sure. All right. I will talk about one of my favorite games from 2024. And this is actually a worker placement game that has a ton of player interaction. Of course, it's Andromeda's Edge.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would talk about this one.
Yeah, this game there's a lot to set up in this game, and there's quite a bit to teach, but it is absolutely worth your time to learn and play Andromeda's Edge. So this is basically the retheme updated version of Dwellings of Eldervale, and you are going to take one of your ships, as it were, and you are going to place them out onto the board, and it's going to give you an action, just like a worker placement game would, except if you are adjacent to these kind of NPCs, these ships are going to invade your tile, and then you are going to fight about it. This is dice-based combat, and the single highest die result wins. And that is such a great mechanic because it's not perfect information. And even if you're the underdog and you are only rolling 2 or 3 dice, and that NPC is rolling 4 or 5 dice, your 1/6 will beat their 4 5s. So it only takes one good roll. And then, of course, there's tiebreakers. You roll a second 6, and hopefully they didn't, and then you win. But the nice thing is you still get to exploit that tile before you go into combat. So you're not going into this combat and losing your opportunity to get the resources that you need to buy better ships, to move up these tracks and get these special actions. But then on top of that, I mean, really what you're doing on your turn is really simple. There's just a lot of things that can branch out from a turn.
The chain reactions off of those turns. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're either just putting a guy out or you're recalling, and that recalling is a fantastic engine that you build. If I could find a player board that has some cards next to it, it's always like, can I find what I'm talking about when I'm going?
No, you cannot.
Photos.
Not allowed.
No,
not allowed.
I really can't. Okay, there we go. Close enough. Side view. But yeah, you're basically there you go. So you've got these different modules on your ship, and when you recall, you take the workers that you've placed out, and you can place them onto these modules to get more resources, and you get to use all of your workers during that recall phase. Except in this game, you can start to add cards to branch out your recall engine, and one of these allows you to activate all the cards in one row. It's just a great way to build your engine and build up that recall engine as you were. Love this game. It's absolutely worth the time commitment.
My two biggest complaints about it, I really enjoyed this game. I paid for the sleeves upgrade, and it does not fit into the insert once you sleeve all the cards.
Yeah.
And also the rule book. I had a hell of a time trying to really learn this out of the rule book, trying to figure out, because there's a lot of components that are very similar. And when you go to the components page, it's literally just like they're all splattered across the page.
Oh,
you're trying to find what's what.
Yeah.
And it was
that
sucked.
They did that in Dwellings too. It's like the first 2 pages, there's no logical order for it. It's just component splatter.
Yeah, it looks like the Dice Tower component drop is what it looks like.
It really does. It doesn't have any rhyme or reason. Yeah, unfortunately. Looks cool, but when you're trying to learn the game, it's not helpful.
It's awful. Yeah.
Yeah, once we got into the game though, it was fantastic. And that recall like engine building thing is just awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Once you figure that out and you can get that thing rolling, man, oh my God, it's so satisfying.
There's so many times you're playing a worker placement game and you're like, well, all right, well, dwarves come home and that's it. No, it's like, okay, this is gonna come back, because you do them one at a time. I'll recall this one, it goes here. I'm gonna recall this one, I go here to activate this. Go here to activate this. Oh, let me build something else and put that out while I'm trying to recall my workers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Feels
and
good.
there's times where you can get your recall engine to be so strong that you don't even put out all of your workers because you want to do your recall action sooner. It's completely viable. You can really fire off some great combos with that.
Yep. Cool beans.
Good chip, man.
Okay.
Right along.
We are back to Bob for his number.
Well, my number one is my number one. But the nice thing about that is with time travel, this game's not going to take you 2 hours.
That's true.
But it probably still will. Anachrony is my number one game of all time. That's right. What he said. Thumbs up on that. No, Anachrony is my favorite game of all time. I love time travel. I think this game does time travel in a very awesome, thematic, and unique way. You can literally request resources from future turns.
Yeah.
When you do those future turns, though, you got to be sending those resources back, or you're going to get anomalies. You got this planet that's been hit by hello. That was crazy.
What?
The whole screen just went white there for a second. Maybe it was just me.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, that was me hitting. That was me hitting this.
Yeah, that. Everything is white except for the like and subscribe.
That's weird. Tim, does that do it to you?
No, it looked normal to me. But my screen's not mirrored, so it's probably
Anyways, yeah, there's your planet is falling apart. There's this asteroid that is hit, and now you're trying to evacuate. You can take all the actions you want inside your little facility, but if you want to venture out on the planet, you have to power up these exosuits. So I would definitely recommend getting the exosuit expansion, because then your little workers will slide right into the top of them. They get to go out and onto the main board and do different actions out there, depending on who's piloting that exosuit. And then they come back, and you get to do all types of fun stuff like travel through time, collect water, gain more resources, and build new buildings. You can build the super projects, and the super projects will allow you to do even like, crazier and stronger actions. And I love this game so much. Like I'll play it anytime anybody wants to. The adaptation on Board Game Arena is actually really good. But you got to kind of know the iconography in order to play it. That's one of the things about Mind Clash games. It's almost like they invent a new language every time they do this. I'm going to go ahead and spit this out now because I don't think anybody's going to have it on their list. But Perseverance was on my list. It kind of got bumped. But that's another Mind Clash game that is fantastic. Takes a long time to play. Pick any one of them. They're great. But they all have these very, language independent, but iconography languages in their own right that you have to learn in order to play them. But once you learn them, the games become super intuitive. You look at that, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. There's a hole there. There's an icon. That means you're spending that icon, or you're spending those resources in order to do those actions. And it's really neat. There are, different asymmetrical factions that you can choose from. There's a whole bunch of different modules. You've got like comet worshippers where you can push forward or make it happen sooner. The comet drop. There's just a whole slew of things that you can do with this game that I
Bob, you've got to explain the best mechanic.
Which one?
Where you get to borrow resources from your future self. Oh.
Yeah, I thought you can literally borrow resources from future terms, and then when you get to those turns, you have to send those resources back, or you're going to create anomalies and paradoxes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tap into my my late self to remind myself that you actually already talked about that, so that my future self doesn't ask about it.
Listen, the only thing that did time travel better was Bill and Ted.
That's right.
Amazing.
So Jazz, you're not late. You are like a wizard. You arrived exactly when you intended to.
That's right.
And good to see Kevin Levy in the chat, man. That's a dude we need to get on the show.
That's true.
He's got some stuff coming, man.
Nice.
Yeah, great pick. Awesome game. Knew you would have it.
Yeah, it's been my number one game for like 3 years now.
So Mike, do you want to cue up the cheating banner? Because Bob's gonna be mad at me that I took this one, and because I think there's a time where this will make Bob's list. My number one, by far the longest game on my list,
Magic the Gathering,
is 100% worth the effort. I have had an amazing time the couple of times I've gotten to play A Song for War. It's not out yet, so it's cheating. But oh my God, this is the dudes on a map game. This game is so freaking good. Hoop.
Oh, you're not wrong about it not being out yet.
But I didn't be mad at you though. This game's great, and it went 100%.
It is fantastic.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It does a lot of cool stuff. Like that map looks so big, but then you have so many units that can move so far. It gets real small, tiny, real quick.
So tiny. Hey, good to see you, Wade. I'm really glad you're here. Good to see you, man. This game is so damn good. I was really debating whether I put it on my list or not. I had, other ones that I could have done, and you kept bringing up your favorite like World War II games. I was like, "Oh, is Bob gonna beat me to it?" And
no, I went with games that are out because that's what we do. This is not a games I played in November list where you can pick games that aren't out yet, Tim. Exactly. Thank you, Mike. That wasn't even me. See that just happens because the world knows.
Listen, I fully acknowledge that this is straight up cheating, and it's a hipster pick. But I've got to let everybody know that I liked this game before it was cool to like this game. It's
right.
So
yeah, no, it is a badass World War II game. Some really cool scenarios. Because people know who watch the show that I love hidden movement types of stuff. Mm-hmm. They've got one of the scenarios you can do where it's the invasion of Italy. Well, as the Allies were coming in and landing, they didn't know where the troops were hidden. And so, like the German player, you have these different armies, like kind of like on the outside of the board, and then you've got these tokens that are out there on the boot, as it were, And then as you land, you flip over that token. You're like, these are what you have. Also, they have the hidden fleets. So you have like a section on the board where you're like kind of building up this hidden fleet, and you got a dial that tells where it's at. And then you can just, when you want on your turn, be like, yep, I'm right here. Whoop, pop your hidden fleet out there. All of a sudden, there's just this mass of ships that you have to deal with. There's just some really cool mechanisms in this game that I want to play it again.
Yeah, Googs, you know me, man. I make my own rules. Just like when I teach games.
Same, yeah, true story. Yeah, if you're a Patreon, you'll get to see Tim teach us games wrong because that's what Tim does.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say which one, but I guess that's a blanket statement and not
it's a blanket statement. It's not a specific call out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's those. Those are like, so at the end you earn these like national points. I forget what they're called.
Upgrades. Yeah, you get those.
Yeah,
cards.
and you get to look at these upgrades, and man, some of those things are badass. The German one that can like fire its artillery like 3 spaces. Oh my gosh, it's so devastating.
I hate it, but I love it. Right? You love it when it works for you, and you hate it when it's against you.
But they all got something crazy strong like that. So
they do.
It's balanced really well. Yeah.
They do. I love this game. I'm really excited that it's
gonna be a thing.
Production's going on well, well. I think we'll have it next year.
We should,
maybe even early next year.
Yeah, I think first or second quarter next year.
So, and like this one, like we are getting a copy, and we also backed so that we could get a second copy. So that Bob and I could each have a copy. We didn't have to murder each other over.
That's right. We didn't have to Thunderdome for it.
Nobody. We're just still fighting for custody of that child, right? Like we all. But yeah, I freaking love this game. Will not apologize for selecting it. But what a very cool and unique representation of war in the Mediterranean theater. And the way you can play it. We played a 2-player. We played a 4-player. It's just fascinating and very swingy. The minute you think you're out, something happens to bring you back in. The minute you thought you've won the game, it
doesn't overstay its welcome because there's technically like a term limit, term limit on there. And then there's 3 scenarios in that box. You can play like the full theater. You can do just the conquest of North Africa, which has a really unique like supply mechanisms because you're driving through the desert. You got to keep your units in supply or they don't get to go anywhere. Or you have that boot scenario with the hidden deployment stuff that I was talking about. So yeah, 2 scenarios in that same box.
Yeah, this game is so good. It's so good. You'll hear us talk about it more next year. But for sure.
No, I specifically remember Song for War. I was like, hey guys, Grand Con is coming up. I'm going to buy a badge and I'm going to go to Grand Con. Who's coming with me? And then like nobody commits. And then 3 weeks later, it's like, hey, Mike, Invicta Rex is coming into town and we're going to learn Song for War while you're at Grand Con. So
that's why we couldn't go with you. We were like, oh, Mike's busy. This is the perfect time to play a super fun
weekend
game that we're going to love.
Yeah. Things that happen when people don't like to plan things ahead. All right.
Hey, I went with you this past year.
Yeah, I know. Finally.
You know what I'm hearing?
I was like,
a lot of complaining.
After I was like, hey guys, this is awesome. And it's closer than Gen Con.
It is. And they have pet-friendly hotels that are super close.
Well, they say they're pet-friendly.
I'll say Grand Con was fine. I expected a little bit more. I thought it was fine. I would go again.
It's like a smaller Geekway.
Yeah.
Bob, I don't know about you, but I'm just hearing complaining.
I'm gonna do my best Kermit the Frog.
All right, so let's try to get Tim to complain some more because my number one game, my number one game that is worth the time commitment is Wonderland's War.
Disagree. Oh my god. Oh
yeah. This game you are
bored.
You're gonna have to set aside 2.5 hours. It is easily 2.5 hours with 4 players. I don't recommend 5 because it'll go 3 and that's too long. It's definitely got a 3 to 4 player sweet spot. Not great at 2, but it's got a great 3 to 4 player sweet spot. You are the characters from Wonderland, Alice in Wonderland, and you're going to play a bag building territory control game. I just love this game so much. The thing that can trip people up. So you basically start off with sort of a tea party where you're drafting cards that can give you better chips to put in your bag or give you quests to fulfill during the territory control phase. They can give you these Wonderlandians that give you, yes, absolutely. Don't pay any kind of fee for Whiskey Wednesday. Absolutely. But one thing I love about the quests is that they give you reasons to stop pulling from your bag, because getting into a war and Wonderland's war is not always about winning the war. It's about giving yourself opportunities to accomplish quests. So you don't want to try to win every battle that you're in. Sometimes you just need to be present so that you can accomplish those quests.
So what I'm hearing is that Mike is saying that he is pro war, not to win it, but just to profit off of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Why do you hate America, Tim?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah. Nothing more American than that. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, what we really need is other countries dragging us into wars that we don't belong in. Now, if we could get to that point now, oh boy, we definitely just got canceled with that one. But no, wonderful Manny Tremblay art, and great asymmetry. Love the different abilities that you get in this game. I just thoroughly enjoy Wonderland's War, and I need to set aside a time and schedule an appointment to play it very soon.
Man, can you make sure I'm at Grand Con?
No, I really enjoy this game quite a bit. I love the bag building aspect of it. And then you're pulling them out and you're kind of setting them aside until your bag runs out, and then you have to kind of do a reshuffle to get all your chips back in. And this is a really enjoyable. Tim's wrong.
Oh, look, I say this all the time. I know I'm in the minority on my feelings for this game, and that's that's cool. I'm glad people love it. Welcome to America. I'll show myself out. But no, I listen, man, if there's a game that people love and if the theme gets you to the table, awesome. So, yeah.
No, I hear you. So if you like that art and you enjoy the theme of that and you don't have the 2 hours to squeeze this out, you can play Mad Kalla, and it's still pretty fun. You kind of just do the whole little tea party part.
Yeah.
That's actually the part of the game I liked.
Yeah. You should try Mad Kalla. I bet you like it, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's combo-rific. I may have to redo my new to me from 2025. I forgot to put Mad Kalla in there. No, I may just find a spot to sneak it in. It's close to top 20. I don't know. It's close. It's really good.
Close to top 20 for new to you?
Yeah.
Or
you played that many other games that you liked more than that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
Listen, man.
Should we,
all right, should we do a rundown and some honorables?
Should we do the rundown here?
Yeah, let's do our rundown and our honorables.
Okay.
Because it was Bob's idea.
Okay. So my number 5 was Hegemony. Number 4 was My Father's Work. Number 3 was War Room. Number 2 was Axis and Allies, the Anniversary Edition. And my number 1 was Anachrony. Honorably mentioned was Perseverance. You can play any one of them. There's 4 of them out now. They're all super cool. And if you can play each one in order, it does tell like a nice kind of story or evolution of like what's going on with these people who crash land on this island full of dinosaurs. Arkham Horror. I enjoy the 2nd edition. That usually takes about 2 hours to play. And it can be a good time, especially around Christmas or Christmas time. That's fun.
Yeah, Christmas is a great time.
Christmas time or Halloween, because it's pretty thematic. I wanted to have a Lacerda. My Lacerda game of choice is Lisboa. That one takes over 2 hours to play. And the other one that I thought was a little close to being edgy, because I think with 3 players you can play this in 90 minutes, or even with 4 players, if you kind of push end game, you can do it in less than 2 hours. So I left Ostia off my list. But if you're with people who like playing the game, you can kind of make that sucker drag out for 2 to 3 hours, and you're not even going to care because you're having fun doing what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So my number 5 was Speakeasy. My number 4 was An Age Contrived. My number 3 was Cthulhu Wars. My number 2 is Inferno, and my number 1 is A Song for War, which is coming soon. Some of the honorable mentions that haven't been mentioned yet. I had Ankh as the dudes on the map.
I figured you guys would, yeah.
That's worth it. Slay the Spire, if you can survive all 3 acts, is definitely going to take more than 2 hours.
Yeah, I guess you put them all together. I don't do them all at one night, but yeah.
But you can.
You can.
If
you make an appointment.
I also had Ostia. I also had Age of Atlantis. But Age of Atlantis is like borderline 2 hours. I haven't played it 4 players yet.
That's like, fair.
I've only played it like
60 to 90 every time we've played.
Yeah, but so it was like so much on the cusp. It's fine. Empire's Age of Discovery, I feel like hits right at that 2 hour mark if you're playing at a higher player count because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then Star Wars Rebellion is definitely 2 hours and definitely worth it.
Unless you're playing against me.
Oh, boo. Because you lose quickly?
No, if you let me be the Empire, it'll be over quick.
Oh,
and the Rebellion just takes a while to win as the Rebellion because you got to run the clock out. And
your bedside demeanor is amazing. All right, Mike, what do you got?
My number 5 was Bora Bora. Number 4, Lords of Hellas. Number 3, Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. Number 2, Andromeda's Edge. Number 1, Wonderland's War. My honorable mentions, I would throw out Russian Railroads, classic worker placement game, very combo-rific, lots of resource management. Underwater Cities, really good engine building game where you're putting a worker onto a worker placement spot, but you also play an accompanying card. And if the card matches the color of the region you go to, you get bonus actions, and you're building this really cool 3D city on your player board. I'd also mention Veiled Fate. Great components because it's IV Studios, and Veiled Fate, Veiled. I prefer to eat veal, so I'll go with Veiled Fate. Yeah, deduction. You're a demigod and you're trying to win votes, but you want to do things where people don't know exactly who you are, and you've got a teammate and you don't know exactly who they are. So you're trying to subtly manipulate things around the board that will help you win the game. And I'm also going to throw one out there that you guys maybe forgot about. How about Bloodstones? The Martin Wallace dudes on a map game where you're kind of using dominant.
2 hours though.
Huh?
Well, it wasn't 2 hours, was it?
It just feels like 2 hours.
No, that was easily 2 hours.
I didn't put it on my list because I don't love it.
It depends on player count. It depends on the map.
That is a game I want to like more than I do.
Yeah, 68. I mean, at 6 players, sure.
I guess.
But yeah.
I
like the bidding. How you're kind of sacrificing your tiles to use to build up troops and place them out on the map. Got some interesting asymmetry. And last one that I've talked about a lot, and I don't need to, but A Feast for Odin. Really good polyomino worker placement game from Uwe Rosenberg. Great game.
Yeah, worth the squeeze. It's like I squeezed this orange and nothing came out. I squeezed Mars and it was dry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was fun. I like this list. So coming up, we are going to have what?
Well, I was just gonna say it was easy for me to like this list because 3 of the games on here are in like my top 5. So it's like, I mean, I like a lot of these big, heavier games, and so it makes it easy to talk about, and so yeah.
Yeah, well, and sometimes, right? I mean, and I'm guilty of this too, of like leaning into those shorter games because they're easier to get to the table and
Right.
to do stuff. Like, oh, I'm gonna play more games because I can, they're shorter. Uh,
Oh
so
my
it's nice
gosh.
to shine a light on these longer ones.
Mhm. And I hope
And
they're not
stay
like going away, considering how everything is now card games and can we play it in 20 minutes? And it's like, yeah, that's cool, that's all right, but it's like, please, let's not just completely
Don't
forget.
abandon. Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
that was also just kind of the nature of things this year. So
Yep.
yeah.
that said, I just realized there's another game I forgot to put in my new to me top 20 for 2025. We're
Oh,
recording that tomorrow. That list should be out to you, visible next week. It's going to be a two-part series. Mike Giuliano in the chat there will be joining us. We'll do 20 through 11, and then our top 10 new to us games for 2025. We don't only do 2025 releases. It's just games we played for the first
new
time.
to us. That's the key part of it, right? So new
Yep.
to us.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
really excited to do that list because that again can be anything.
It's kind of unfortunate there's not an easy sort for that in my BG stats because I have 330 some games to go plays to go through to look for that little star by my name to see if it's a new play or not.
you don't you just go, you don't go through all of your plays, do you?
No, I got that was this year. I sorted by this year. I have
Uh-huh.
332 plays this year.
Yeah, but you don't have how many? I mean, like I've got 89 new to me. I mean, so it's
So
not
where
that much.
how'd you get that new to me?
Um, so if I go to 2025
Yeah.
insights and 2025,
Mhm.
I mean, I just look for the star. I think that's an easy thing to denote that, hey, I played this for the first time this year.
All right.
And I
Well,
just take my favorites and dump them into Pub Meeple. But
all right. Well, I'm not seeing what you're showing, but you'll go over that. But we don't need to show everybody how the sausage gets made here.
Yeah,
okay,
Bob, quit showing everybody your sausage. That's your only
Well,
yeah,
fan.
that's
put your
for
sausage
yeah
away.
a different channel.
That's true.
Well, guys, this has been fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned for those upcoming lists. I mean, before you know it, we're going to be needing to do our updated top 50 games of all
Yeah, we have to do
time.
the 50 after 50 for 2024, followed by our 50 after 50
Right,
for
right.
Oh,
25.
No
good
doubt.
God.
No doubt. That died so quickly. Trying to
Well,
get that
we
done.
have having a lot of friends is a good problem to have, and we had
It's
a
the
lot of
best
friends.
problem to have.
Yeah, so that filled up our whiskey Wednesdays and didn't allow us any free time, and that's okay.
But what's most
Um,
important is thanking every single person that watches, comments. We really appreciate that. If you're rejoining us in the morning or after work in the evening, welcome back and thank you. We do, as you see over there, we do have a Patreon. If you'd like to support the show financially, that's great. Please go over there. We are working on dropping unedited plays over there. Also trying to come up with some other forms of content to put over there that I think will make it worth your time and your effort. Even if you can't support the show or don't want to support the show financially, you just being here and giving that video a thumbs up, a like, giving us a sub, telling one of your friends about us, that means the world to us. And we appreciate every one of those comments that everybody throws in, even the shutdown, the rundown, hashtag. Um, so anything else before we sign off, boys?
no, I
Don't
think
think
that's
so.
it.
I think
Right
that's
on.
it.
Well, thank you everyone so much from the bottom of our hearts. I don't know if my new phone's going to do it. No, I lost my magic
Wow.
abilities. Doesn't do
Weak.
it anymore.
New phone. Who dis?
New phone, who dis? It's one where
Wow.
my mic works on it though. Um, so for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
Bob.
Mike.
That was Andrew in the comments. Ooh, I point the right way this time.
Yeah.
Night, guys. We'll see you later.
Do you like to party?
I do like to party.
I also like to party.
I like to party.
A 7.3.
This is a great party.
Repeating.
We should party more often.
I do like to
Okay.
I also like to party. I also like to party.
I like to party. I like to party.
We should party more often.
Okay.
This is a great party.
Okay.